It was sitting there waiting for me to press. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our Crochet's first Friday live for the next 5 weeks. The next 5 weeks. The next 5 weeks. So there you go. Everyone, put your live chat. I do see chats here. I don't know whether that was done during the week. Hello, Carmen, I think it is. Hello, hello. Hello, Corrine. Good morning, Margaret. Hello, Middle Earthians. Hello, Auntie T's in the house. And hi, Elaine from New Jersey. And you're still here. It's still Thursday. So you guys actually posted that the other day. So your posts actually do come up. That's very interesting. Good morning, Kiki. Good morning, everyone. Now, I've been running around, so I don't have my cardigan on, but I've got it here in case I get really cold halfway through the live. Now, I was running around because yours truly, like a little silly person, even though I posted, don't forget the live in 1 hour, I forgot the live. As you do. It's Thursday for you, is it? Well, it's Friday morning here. Oh, you posted it today, did you, Elaine? Okay, that's great. Hi, Tiffany. Hello, Tiffany. Have you been on our live before? Welcome, by the way. If you have, I'm sorry. I may have forgotten, but you look like you're new on our lives. Could be wrong, but anyway, hello, welcome. Just now, did you, Elaine? That's good. Well, I've noticed that some people did post something the other day. Now, I've noticed we're having a few connection issues, so bear with me, guys. If it collapses, I'll get back on. Hopefully it doesn't collapse. Can anyone else see that we're having some issues? No, your first live? Well, welcome, Tiffany. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have had a very interesting few weeks, and as of today, we are doing lives every Friday morning, this time for the next 5 weeks. And the simple reason is next weekend I'll be at a market called Pipeworks Market, so I won't be able to do Saturday mornings live. But welcome, Tiffany. Looks fine and dandy to me for now. Okay, well, I can see a real slow thing happening, but that's all right. It's fine there. Oh, that's good. All good here. I'm dealing with thunderstorms at the moment. Oh, good luck. Every time there's thunderstorms here, we lose connection. Something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. You know, the power dies for a little while, or we lose connection, or something crazy goes wrong. But hello, Fluffy. We do have quite a few people coming in, which, believe it or not, was 10 times better than doing it on a Monday morning, where we were only getting 6, 7 people at a time. So I think I will stick to Fridays. I was going to stick to Fridays anyway, as it kind of suits me better. So I'm going to stick to Fridays just for the next 5 weeks, and then we'll come back to Saturdays live, maybe. I learned a new pattern. Did you really, Tiffany? That's great. What is the name of your new pattern, or is it something you've created? If it's something you've created, don't tell us, you know, just tell everybody where the pattern might be. We need rain. You need rain there. Well, actually, we've had rain for a little while, but I think it's stopped for about a day, half a day maybe. I don't know. It's been weird, the weather. We just can't work it out. It's the world's weather. It's all over the place. It's chaotic. We've had rain. Yes, everybody's had rain. Sailor knot. Sailor knot. Not sure what you mean there. Oh, is that what's called a sailor knot, is it? Oh, you mean the sailor's knot. Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Hello, Tracy. Tracy, you sound new to me, Tracy. Welcome. Tracy with an I. You are new because I don't remember seeing the Tracy with an I. Not. I got you, Tiffany. It's all good. Okay. I learned the granny cluster stitch a couple of days ago. Violet, you are also new. Kimberly's in the house, which one of our regulars as well. So there you go. We've got some newbies on today. I suppose that's some new to you. Some new to you. That's right. I think it's because we've decided to do a Friday morning live. This might suit us better. We'll see. We'll see. Hello, Frank is in the house. Lovely to have you here. Lots of newbies this morning. Welcome, everyone. Absolutely. We have a lot of fun on our lives. Sometimes we're naughty, but all naughty children and adults, I should say, get in the corner, because this is an adults-only channel, by the way. Not that there's anything bad that has been said or done, because I'm a sweet, wonderful angel. I mean, I'm just lovely. Not hello new family members, welcome. That's right, we call our channel the Crochet Family Channel. Kind of, it's Wild Crochet Designs, but we're kind of a family, crochet family. When the naughties get on, we delete, block, get rid of, whatever else we have to do, but otherwise we're all pretty good. You and me both sweet, very innocent. I know we are. Kiki, put that crown on and get in the corner, honey. To the newbies, if you're not sure what that means, Kiki, and sometimes we have a young fella named Marty come on, and both of them, they are so cheeky, so we, you know, crowned them king and queen of the corner, and they get to stand in the naughty corner. That's the naughty corner. Don't touch yarn. Even if you say so yourself. I know, right, Elaine? I'm such a sweetheart. And a good liar, a bad liar. From West Virginia, USA, Tracy, welcome. You are speaking to Melbourne, Australia. This is crazy, isn't it? We can actually talk from all over the world. I love it. I love it so much. I keep track of her on the left shoulder. That's right. Middle sits right here. Frank is also cheeky. Jennifer, hello. Jennifer's also new. Usually watch after the event, not the live. Jennifer, welcome. I'm loving Friday mornings. We are getting so many more people in this morning, and I love that you guys can be a part of our live, which is fantastic. Thank you. That's all right, Tracy. Everybody has a lot of fun here, and we're really nice. We're really, really nice people. You know, I can't even say that without laughing, guys. My regulars would know that. The newbies, I am trying to be nice and sweet and wonderful, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, I am like serious with my crochet. I have to admit. You don't see that serious side because you see this. But when I'm off air, I sit by myself on my little couch. It's actually quite big, but I've got so much stuff on it because of all my crochet. And I sit there quietly and nobody bothers me because they know when I'm counting, when I'm working, they get a hands up and in the face. It's like this. Don't talk to me. And I'm real serious now. And when I go like this, they know they've really upset me. So there you go. All right. So that's me being normal. Franca says she's not cheeky either. She's like the angel in the family. I'm sorry, Franca. I'm trying not to laugh. I'll vouch for Franca. She's never naughty. Hardly. All right, guys, let's get down to business now. As you know, I will be off to Pipeworks Market next weekend, not this weekend. So if you want to join me for tomorrow morning's live, even though we're doing one now, I'll still do it tomorrow morning's live, just for the sake of doing the last live before Pipeworks. And there will also still be a Wednesday live. But in every week for the next 5 weeks, we will do a Friday morning live. That is actually just for you guys. For me, I could cut it really. But for you, I'd like to be able to give you that opportunity to still be able to be a part of the channel whilst I'm busy in the background. And I'm only busy on the weekends, guys. What I'm doing is clearing out all my... We're talking 6 years worth of crochet items. They're all in tubs that I've done on the channel. 6 years of items. Some items I wear, some items I use, but mostly they end up in tubs and I don't know what to do with them. So I thought, you know what? Pipeworks is reopening for the first time in 10, 15 years. I can't even remember when they closed. Well, let's just put it down as 10 years. They might have been longer. And I thought, why not be a part of a company that was where I used to take my children when they were young, right? Now they're all grown up. We're all adults in this house. There's no children around here. I'd never cope with children in this house. Forget it. There's just stuff everywhere. It wouldn't work, especially this room. I'd put a padlock on the door. There's no way. Selling them's easy to say, Tiffany, but where do you sell them? That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to do a little Pipeworks market, and it'll be a 4 weekends. I've already paid. This was last year, by the way. I booked this last year. They were supposed to open March last year? March, a whole year and a bit ago. I forgive them. I forgive them because we're opening finally. And they're not bad. It's just one of those things that went wrong. And it happens when you are running a business. Some things do go wrong. And fingers crossed, everything else goes right. I do know where I'm situated in the market. I'm indoors. So if it's pouring down rain, you don't have to worry about it. You park your car, you get inside that building, and you can stay in there. I don't know if I was supposed to give you this number the other day, which I did. My spot is S17. I don't know if I was supposed to give you that because this is all new to me. I've never done this before, but I'm assuming S17 means that's where my table sits. So anyway, that's what I am. Now, I'm fingers crossed I may be able to take, before we open, a small live, just a 2-minute live around, I don't know if it's 8:30 in the morning, possibly. Depending on how busy I am, I might be running late. Things can go wrong. Like they said to come at a certain time and that's when you start setting up, but they said you can drive your car in while you're setting up. But what if there's like 50 million cars going in there at one time? You won't be there by 6. You'll be there at like half an hour before, and then you've got to rush to get your stock on. The bonus is I am putting, this is what I've done with my tubs. I've labeled things. When I say labeled, I've priced things, put them all in their tubs, sat them on the side. And what I've done in each tub is I've put items in that I want set up for, like tub 1, I want that set up first. Tub 2, I want that set up second. Tub 3, if there's room, I'll add it on the table. If there's no room, I'll leave it under the table and then add it when we're ready to add. And occasionally, if anybody wants to say, is there anything else you have, I can lift up that little tub and show them. Everything's priced, everything's labeled. They just may not all fit on the table that I have. I have to check out the fitting of the table. But the way I've worked it is I've got a bit of everything for the table in the first 3 tubs. So all I need to do is go bang, 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 and it's done. So I really only need about half an hour, but I'm like to give myself a couple of hours because I'm a little bit slow, yeah? But I think on the day I'm having help first thing in the morning, the very first day. After that, I'm on my own, baby. So bear with me, yeah? And I've missed all of the chat. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of chat. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of chat. Excuse me, Mary. Hi, Angela. Hello. Did I miss you, darling? I'm sorry. Did I say hello? Oh, hello. If I didn't, hello. You know I love you. As Seldom says, Tiffany, yes, we talked about that. But when it was you, Mary took me out of the corner almost as soon as she put me in. That's right, sweetheart. Your son is 24. Happy birthday to Franca's son. Online flea markets, I sell mine, but I take orders during summer and sell them the fall of winter. Now, you're from the US. Online flea markets here in Australia are not that, I don't like to admit it, popular. They're not really popular. They do have online sales where you can be part of an online market, but it's not that popular. So it's great over in the US. And if anybody wants to pay for shipping, they're welcome to purchase if I pop on the flea market, but it's more likely that people won't want to pay that much for shipping. I'm getting closer to having my own crochet corner in my own house. I might have to pick your brain about selling and designing. You can pick it, but it's not working well for me. Designing I can help you with. The selling, well, I don't sell much. It's because I don't push myself to sell, yeah? I love the small show and tell lives. Show and tell lives? Oh, what are they? Oh, the small ones. Oh, yes, a real quick one where I just flick through them. Yes, I do that. Did that at, what do you call it, Bendigo last year. But I don't know whether they'll allow me to do that this year. Apparently, I'm not allowed to do lives where other people are in the room. But if I just keep my camera down from my table and all you'll see is my table, that's it. And it'll be like a split second. Okay. Done. See ya. Bye. That's how it'll be. It'll be so quick because it's just to show you what you'll see on my table. And if things don't sell, we could do something on the channel just for fun. That's all I'm saying. Most people here in Australia only want to pay pittance online for handmade stuff. I had someone say to me the other day, the fingerless gloves that we made, that took me a couple hours to make because you're making, one on one, one on the other, can't get it out now, one on one side, one on the other, and then you want to put a little bit of border on it and everything. And this lady, get this, she wanted to give me $15 for the Tarndie yarn that I spent a fortune on. Now, if you didn't know Tarndie, Tarndie is one of our farms here. Tom, the lovely Tom from Tarndie. We had an interview with Tom a couple of years ago now. Oh gosh, it's passed so quickly. It's passed so quickly. And he sells his yarn directly from the sheep from his farm, which is the Polworth sheep. So it's quite a fancy sheep. It's not your average sheep, yeah? It's a beautiful, soft, stunning sheep. And because he does that, it's a little bit more expensive. So it costs me more, which means I'd charge more. If it was just using some cheap yarn from the local store, by all means, I'd charge cheap. And she was saying, oh, but I only want to pay $15. Well, I'm sorry. I'm charging you $15. It cost me a fortune to make. So I will, charge you 20-something dollars for the cheaper one. I still wouldn't charge you 15. At the end of the day, you tell them, this is what they don't like. You start saying, okay, let's talk about your salary and what you earn in 1 hour. What do you earn for 1 hour at work? Don't tell me. What do you earn for 1 hour at work? Double it. Yeah. Add the cost of the yarn. What have you got? A very expensive item. So my time is worth working the hour. So why your time is worth working the hour and getting paid for that hour? Why is mine not? So you just have to be honest with them and say, you're paying me for my time because this is my job. So that's my time. So they don't get it. The real people like us who understand the amount of hours that go into crochet, they get it. They get it. But most people don't, yeah? Oh, I've gone off track. I want to sell stuff to him. I have to sell my own patterns. You guys, over in Canada, you might be lucky because it's like the US. It's high demands for this sort of stuff, and people are willing to pay. Whereas here, I don't want to pay for anything. Nobody wants to pay anything. I was amazed at the prices on eBay. Yes. Some people, I know there's this one lady, get this, she sells her blankets. I don't know how she does it. Get this, a blanket, $40. Bigger than my blankets. What is she paying them to take the blanket? Because even the yarn wouldn't be that cheap, right? There's no way you get yarn that cheap. Not for a big blanket, yeah? Because they can buy one from Kmart for that. Yes, I know, but then go to Kmart. That's what I say. Go to Kmart. People never want to pay what it's worth. Kiki, I know I sell a blanket for 200 US. That's okay. Yeah, okay. You should have said go to Kmart then. Thank you, Franco. That's what I just said. Go to Kmart. I did an achu. For the newbies, if you didn't know what achu is, it's a sneeze. Every time we mention the word knitting, achu, I'm allergic to it. But you know what? I can knit. I just don't do it. And I'm just not as good. I'm really slow, knit, purl, kind of thing. I'm really slow. So there you go. Why that is insulting. It is. It's very insulting, Elaine. But the thing is, if they're going to say rude things like Kmart's cheaper, well, I always say Kmart's about, I don't know, a couple of meters down the road. I would just tell them where to go to Kmart. I said, you turn left at that street and you turn right. You know where that big building is? That's where Kmart is. And I give them a big smile and they hate me. They walk off and give me dirty looks. But the thing is, the fact is, you're paying me for my time. I'm paying you for your time when you're at work. Your boss. Imagine if your boss didn't pay you and said, okay, you've worked 5 hours today. I'm only going to give you $15 for your 5 hours. Imagine what you would feel like. 5 hours? What are you, nuts? And it depends on your country. I think here in Australia, it's $21 an hour, maybe more, I don't know, for the minimal hourly rate. I think. I could be wrong. I don't really know. I haven't done my homework on it, right? But that's what I remember looking at a while back. And imagine the minimal times it by 2, because I took 2 hours to make those gloves. Add on Tarndie yarn. What is that? That's like $50, $60 nearly. And then they want, mind you, I don't even charge that much. And they want it for $15. I don't think so. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. I need a drink. I got my coffee today and I've got it in my cup that I don't always crochet. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Cheers. Oh, I lost the chat. No one says that to me, but if they did, I tell them to go to Walmart, of course. No, I meant it's insulting. It is, Elaine. It's insulting to the artist, the crafter, the person who put in all the hours. And it's not just putting in the hours. Let's say if you're anything like me, I literally hop into the car and I drove to that farm to purchase that yarn. That farm is not close. It's not there. That's not what they are paying for. I mean, I didn't charge them for that. But the point is, I go out of my way to buy the best of the best. Sometimes you get your cheap stuff like this. And as you can see, that cheap stuff has been sitting there for so long. I don't create with it. And it's likely I'll end up selling that at the market. So if you're interested in the cheaper yarn and you're at our market, ask me for it because it'll be there. Yeah. Luana, hello, Luana. Lovely to have you here. But anyway, just, getting off that subject, that's going to be a part of our pricing video. I was going to do that this week, but I'm going to hold it out till next week because I want to do it on Friday next week, the day before I do the market store. So that way people understand why I charge the way I do. People go to flea markets, secondhand markets, expecting a bargain, not to pay full price. So you need to choose your venue wisely. This is why I've chosen Pipeworks. The fact is, I don't really know, because this is the first time it's opened in years, how this is going to go. This could turn out to be like a very minimal flea market, or it's likely that because they've got entertainment and they've got rides and they've got other things for the young ones, that it's going to be bigger than a flea market. So it's going to be a little bit more, I don't know, classier than a flea market, if you can use that word, right? So I'm assuming that my value will be worth it there. However, if you are in a low socio-economical area, an area where a lot of people can't afford to buy expensive things, and you're wanting to sell your expensive gear, you are not going to make money in that area. So heads up, choose your venue wisely, like Margaret just said. Choose a place where you know what your worth is, and they'll know exactly what your worth is. But most people who can't afford it and go into certain flea markets are not expecting to pay $200 or $300 for a blanket. They will refuse to do that. Yeah. I hope I can sell what I have, but I do want to learn how to design my stuff, and I'm thinking predominantly be a shawl. Okay, first thing you want to start with when you're designing are very, very small things, or very, very basic stitches like your half doubles, your singles and your doubles. Stick to basic stitches when you're first designing. After a while, you can start adding fancy gear to it, like your back posts and your front posts and your little wrap stitches and all your weird stuff and your bobbles and your puffs and everything else. But start with something basic. And in fact, this afternoon's video vlog that's going to come out has not even been done yet. So after this live, I've got to sit here and do the video vlog talking about the vest. Now, the reason it's not done yet is because the vest wasn't ready yesterday. It is still not ready today. So I'm going to be working on the stitches after the live for the next couple of hours, do the video vlog around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and hopefully I can get it up tonight. Otherwise it'll go up early in the morning. It'll get edited tonight. I'll put the computer down, fall asleep because I think, forget it, I'm going to make a mistake if I'm tired, then re-edit it in the morning, pop it up before I get on to my Saturday morning's live. So these things you need to know when you're creating. You need to take a step back and walk away. Okay, and that's what I've done with the vest. I had a lot of trouble last night with it, trying to work out everyone's sizing just in the front. It's very simple, the vest, but the front where you're decreasing, I want it all to be like a gradual decrease and not a big, drop decrease. I wanted a gradual decrease, and I've worked on 3 or 4 different ways, and none of them are working for me, not in the way I've crocheted this vest. Even though it's simple, and it is going to be simple once you get it. I just have to get the math right. So really the crochet is not that difficult designing. It's getting the math right for sizes that's difficult. So when you get the pattern, it'll be so easy for you. You'll say, all right, there's my size. That's the amount of stitches I need. Done, 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 done. That's all I have to do. Yeah. Let's turn back the other way. Done, 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 done. That's all I have to do. But I'm sitting there trying to work out the calculation between the distance here for you. Whereas you don't need to do that. You just have to say, okay, now I've done my stitches here. I need to just chain one and turn. Or I need to turn and skip a stitch and, there's all different versions of it, and I don't know which one I'm going to pick yet because I want it to be perfect. And until I see it on me, I'm not going to see it perfect. So I'm going to do one front. I've got 3/4 of the way through one front, half the way through the other day. Now I'm 3/4 of the way through both, but I'm starting that decrease there, and it's not working out for me. So bear with me. If not, that video vlog will be recorded later in the afternoon, and it'll go up later tonight or very early in the morning. Yeah. All right. So I'm so itchy in here now. Oh my gosh. Where are my people? Yes. We've done that. We've done that. You love charts. I've used charts before. Some charts are great, but then there are those other ones. I keep telling everyone about that one chart. I won't name the designer because I think she doesn't do them anymore, which is good. She doesn't do it anymore. She had a style where if you've got a single crochet on a chart, it looks like that, right? And the half double looks like that, and the double looks like that on a chart. Yeah. She had these across that way with little flicks on them. On everything, little flicks on the top, little flicks down here, little flicks up the top. The little flicks. There's like a comma on each. It wasn't a back loop, like that's what people think it is. Yeah, it was a comma on every stick, and I was like, I couldn't really. After a while, I couldn't focus on that on the chart because it was just commas everywhere, and it looked weird for me. How can we be sure that a design is unique? I ask because I see many tutorials on YouTube of the same pattern with different names. Okay, now let's talk about that for a minute, Margaret. You're absolutely correct. What you can do on YouTube is you can do the basic granny square. You can do the basic, shall I call it, boxy jumper in double crochets, half doubles, singles. Anything with half doubles, singles, and doubles that are basic, you can do them on YouTube. The only thing you can't do, let's say for argument's sake, my pretty is a peacock blanket that had some extravagant stitches. Well, they weren't fancy. They were just changed and moved around, and the circle was made into a square. The square was made into a circle, and it just like everybody went, oh, what's going on here? Those are the sort of things that you can't really copy, a design that's different. Yeah. What you can, when I say copy, you can't, it's not a copy. It's a design that's always out there, like the granny square blanket. Let's take that for argument's sake, where you're just doing squares in the round. You might chain one and turn and go the other way, or you might just keep going in the round and round and round as a square though, yeah? Everyone's done one, so anyone can do it on YouTube. Nobody owns that pattern. That pattern has been around for centuries, yeah? Well, I don't know how long. I'm saying centuries for the sake of saying it. Not centuries here, but more centuries overseas, yeah? But little things like that can be done. Well, not little, but they're square, basic square. Things like that can be done. The basic start to a beanie, that's basic, that can be done. A basic double crochet beanie in a hole, that can be done, like in one piece. You can do things that are regular, like everybody's done them. But if you're going to take someone's pattern and pretend that it's your own, if you're going to, like it's a design pattern that's a paid pattern only, like you hear me say sometimes, like this jumper here, this was free on YouTube, yeah? But the cardigan I made 2 years ago, which I still haven't got the pattern up, that one there, last year it was, that one there is going to be a paid pattern only. The reason is because I design it differently in front, so it fits differently for each person, right? But this one here, you see this all over the web, the patchwork look. You see it everywhere. The patchwork cardigan you see everywhere, but the way I've done it, it's my own design. If I was just putting them together as squares and sewing them up, then anybody can do that, yeah? Anyone can make squares and do them up. So that is a free pattern. But mimicking the actual real pattern from, oh, what was the name of the company? Something Sands and something, well, I can't remember their name. You can't do. You can't actually mimic the actual design, the design that they are selling as a design. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, but basic patterns, which is normal, that everybody can do, you can do, like the kaleidoscope blanket for argument's sake. Spider Fiber did it. I asked Spider Fiber if I could do it, and he said, yeah, sure, as long as you don't use the photos. Actually, Franco, who's here on the live, asked Fiber Spider for me. But it's also been done by other people before Fiber Spider on YouTube, right? I could have gone and asked all of them, but then I realized so many other people had done it. It's actually, have a look online, it's actually a free pattern, so anyone can make it. If you are selling it on your website or something as your own design and you've copied Fiber Spiders or you copied mine, then it's not your own design. That's what we mean. If you are selling someone else's written pattern as yours, then you can't do it. Legally, you can't. It's happened in the past. That sort of thing has happened. And I know that's happened with one of our Aussie designers. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want anyone else to do it to her. She is trying to get to the bottom of it. Someone tried to use her patterns. They took a copy of her pattern from her book, her written book, and they put it up on Instagram, the actual chart it was. They put the chart up on Instagram as a freebie to anyone, right? And someone else found it for her, and then they told her. And she found it, and she went up to her and she said to the lady, you can't put that there. That's from my book. And she said, yes, I know. I bought the book so I can do what I want with it. She goes, no, you can't be selling it. You can't be giving it away for free or selling it because that's not yours to sell. That's not yours to give away for free. That's if you want to, use it for yourself, that's fine. But if you are popping it up on Instagram for everyone to see the design, that's not yours to do. That's a paid pattern. That's in a book. You're not supposed to do that with my work. And she's trying to get to the bottom of it. I don't know if she's done that yet. But this was an Australian designer. Very popular. A lot of our Australians would know her. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want anyone else to go over there and say, well, someone's done it, I can do it too. Don't do it. Don't do it. You always get caught. Eventually, you get caught. It's very dicey, Elaine. You're absolutely right. And copyright, yes, Angela as well, copyright. But anyone can make a granny square bag, and anyone can make a tote bag, and anyone can make, something that's already around more than 5, 6, 10 times. And they're usually free patterns all over the web. But if it's a paid pattern, don't copy it, guys. You can make your own outfit from it. You can make your own blanket from it. You can make your own beanie from it, but don't copy it and sell it as your own because you will get caught eventually. Cheers, everyone. My coffee's going cold. This live was not supposed to be about that. But anyway, what it was supposed to be about, okay, yesterday I was supposed to upload the lining to the bag. I did the bag. I completed it. It was all done. I was watching the edited version. Everything was perfect. The edited version is perfect. Everything's perfect. Then I picked up the bag to bring it in here to show today. And looking at the bag, I've left it in. I didn't bring it. Just went right there. I put it back because I wanted to work on it. Give me 1 second and I'll grab the bag. Don't touch the yarn. Sorry. It was here, and then I took it back in the room yesterday to take the video. All right, so that's the right side of the lining. When you pop it in the bag, it's perfect. The right side is facing you, yeah, and it looks great. However, I notice with granny square bags, when you do this, check that out. You stick your thumb in, and the wrong side can come through in the granny holes. Now, only if you really force it, like I really forced that. I don't like that. So what I want to do, which means a little bit more fiddly for you guys, I pulled it out because what I want to do is take this undone. It took me ages to get it ready for you. The recording took me ages. Take it undone. Sew along here, cut the other one very close to the edge, sew along this side, and then pull it through again. And those little threads will be missing. So don't worry about it now. To know what I'm talking about, you have to see top down and what's happening. Someone says a French seam. Yes, you could do that. You could do many things to stop that from happening. But I was so annoyed because everything was perfect. The video is ready to upload. So I'm going to have to change the video, and not just change the video. I'm going to have to redo the bag. Not the bag, the lining only. So I'm a little bit annoyed by it. Look, it may not bother some people, but it bothers me. It bothers me. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm just fiddly and fidgety like that. Having said that, I wanted to show you the button. It's a little flat thing, and I'll do the button up. Talk amongst yourselves. Here we go. There you go. So the button and the little flat thing goes over it like that. The green one is even better. The button is a lot bigger and it comes down here. And I'll show you the green one on next Friday before I pop it in. Well, actually, it has to be done earlier before next Friday because I'm popping both these bags in the tub for Pipeworks Market. Now, the bonus about this piece is I did it a little bit too big. So there's that much left in there. So it's a bit bulky. So I've got plenty to work on later. So it doesn't affect you guys. I'll just undo it, iron it out, make it nice and straight, and just show you on a piece of paper how to measure up and cut and the rest of it, and then get those pieces. Because I'm not going to cut it again. Oh, I suppose I can cut the yellow one because they're both the same size. Yes, I'll cut the yellow one for you. That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that first? So I'll cut the yellow one. If you didn't know this, I've got a green bag exactly the same. The handles on that bag are smaller. So they're the ones where the young one can put your arm in through that way, or you can carry it. If you want to wear your bag that way, you can. But this one here has got the longer handles, so you can pop it over your shoulders if you like. If you made them longer, you could make it a crossover bag that way, yeah? But this one's just to pop over your shoulders. All right, plus this one is a crossover for a younger person. So this one is more for the 10-year-old or 12-year-old, 8-year-old, more likely 8-year-old than anything. So I've made the two, but I've only lined this one. We're going to reline the green bag for you. That's the way to do it. I'm going to finish this one, fix it, and I'm going to reline the green bag. And so you guys can see the lining to the green bag. What do you do when you make a mistake? It's not I made a mistake. I just didn't think about someone did say use pinking shears to keep those ends straight. I don't know. I still think those little things will fray. I still think you'll fray on the ends there. So I'd rather they not be there at all. I'd rather sew along that piece like that, or actually for that one there, I only sewed the side seams down. I folded the thing over and sewed the side seams down, turn it inside out, cut very close to it, turn it inside out, sew down again, and then that is the actual right way you put into the bag. So that little bit there is sewn and turned in so you don't see it. It's really hard to explain. I used to do that years ago with my sewing to not show, a bit like doing a hem, really, like doing a hem, turning it under and then turning it under a second time, and then that way you don't see that frayed edge. It's a bit like doing a hem, but in this case we're going to sew down and sew down, or we could do all the way around. And then we're going to turn it in the right way, or inside out, sorry, sew down the sides and then turn it back, and everything will be covered. You won't see those little ends. And until you see it from top down, you're not really sure what I mean. But I just wanted to let you know that I hadn't forgotten about it. It's already done. And I'm just going to redo it with the green bag. Yeah. Just writing down to do the green bag instead of the blue. All right, so that's that. Now, the other thing was the wreath. We are so far up to date with the wreath. Next week, we will be doing the wreath, the last project, which is the Easter egg. It's the last project to date, which is the Easter egg that we missed during Easter. Easter egg or chicken. I really haven't decided what we're making. Chicken, Easter egg. I'm guessing an Easter egg. It'll be nice and quick and easy. And also next week, we are attaching all our pieces to the wreath. Yeah. And then we're doing the ribbing. Let's try that again. We're doing the lining to the bag. That'll be complete. Has to be complete next week because I have to take them with me to Pipeworks. So there you go. So they all have to be complete next week. Obviously, the wreath stays here because it is an annual project and we are doing, it's actually made just for Wow Crochet Designs. But of course, you can add whatever you want to your wreath for that month. So let's say, for argument's sake, I was really unwell during, was it March or April or May? I can't remember when it was now. It's such a long time. And so I made myself the little scarf for the wreath, yeah, and the little beanie, yeah. You can make whatever you want. You know, when you're unwell, all you want to do is rug up. You want to stay warm. So I would just, you know, it was autumn or fall in some countries for us. So I thought, let's just make something cute and warm. And of course, January was my birthday, so I made little balloons, yeah. Now, you can make whatever it is you want for your wreath. These are just ideas that I'm giving you. Someone did say to me, I don't want to sew all these pieces to my wreath because I want to do what I want for my wreath. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm creating for this wreath. If you want to make them, you can. If you want to add something new, you can do too. I always say that to people, gives people the opportunity to decide what they want on their wreath. We will be putting letters on our wreath. I will be putting something, I haven't decided whether it's Wow Crochet Designs or whether it's just Wow or whether it's Mary or whether, I haven't really decided what I'm putting on my wreath. Wow Crochet Designs is way too many letters to get on the wreath unless I calculate how many letters they are and put a letter between each word, between each item on the wreath. We could do that. But then I don't know yet. I've been playing with a few things. And again, the wreath is going to be made like a clock where the top is 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 and 9. Or is it 3 and 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3 and 9 from where I'm sitting. That's the way it goes. So December will be up there. You'll have January, February, March, April, May, June, and July down here, that kind of thing, right? So that's how I've decided to do the wreath. That's my version of the wreath. You can do it any other way you like. And I'm just doing it in year form. So let's say whatever happens that month, I'm adding to the wreath. So for me, this month would be June, the month of June, would be something to do with markets or pipeworks or something to do with June. And I'm not going to create until that last project until further on into the end of June. Giving me an opportunity to say, right, okay, this happened in June, so I'll pop that on there. Yeah. So whatever happens for you in that month that was that really stands out to you, that's the sort of thing you create for your wreath. If you are talking an annual project. Yeah. All right. So that's that. That's the bag. Now, I'm not going to talk about the vest because that's its whole new video vlog, which is coming up later tonight or early in the morning tomorrow morning. Now, if I can't get that ready by then, it'll go up tomorrow afternoon, which is a Saturday, which I don't usually upload on a Saturday. The only other time I've uploaded on a Saturday, I think it was 3 or 4 different times, was when I was running late with part 5 or part 6 of a blanket or a jacket or something or whatever, a sweater, and you guys were waiting for it. People saying, we really want that part. I said, well, it's done. They said, can you do it today? Okay, and I do it after the live. But I don't usually upload on the weekends at all. Sometimes you'll see a short go up on the weekend or a little reel on Instagram, something like that. You'll see all those little things go up. That happens. Like yesterday, I put that little reel explaining that the bag's coming soon and explaining about this morning's live if people wanted to join. Now, if we have other projects happening next week, actually we won't. Scratch that. Because next week I realize it's going to be a busy week. We're going to spend Monday doing the bag now since the bag's not ready today. Tuesday we'll probably be doing the Easter egg. Thursday we will be popping the Easter egg and all of the other projects we have here on the wreath. That'll be its own tutorial in itself, giving you an option whether you just want to pin yours to the wreath, that's 5 minutes, see you later, off you go, or whether you want to sew them on like me, which will be a full tutorial. Yeah. Then every month after that, we'll attach that one project to the wreath. This giving us plenty of time to do our wreath and it's not backlogged. Yeah. And Friday, I'm doing obviously another live. Obviously, I do Wednesdays live, but Friday, I'm doing another live next week. This is a live to remind you that from now on, there'll be lives for the next 5 weeks altogether, but next week it'll be 4 weeks. But also I'm doing another video vlog on Friday talking about what's going to happen at Pipeworks Market, because by then I'll know exactly what's happening. And I'm going to drink my cold coffee. Cheers. Mm. It's cold. It's cold, yuck. All right, that's it. It's half a cup. Bad luck. My doctor will be happy about that. One less coffee a day, or half a cup less coffee a day. All right, so that's that. That's that. Everything's all sorted. What else did I want to talk about? Is there anything you wanted to discuss? The actual vest itself will be talked about in tonight's video vlog. So I'm not going to talk about the vest for the simple fact that I'm not ready for it. Even though I'm doing the vlog tonight, I'm sort of not really ready for it because I'm still playing with the front of the vest. Yeah. When I get to, have I missed something here? Oh no, when I get to the wreath, I think I'll use safety pins except for the letters. Yes. Okay. Middle. That's a good idea. Hello kids, says Sherry. Hello adults. Well, maybe we're kids to you, but we're all old. I mean, I am, not all of us. Some of us are young, middle's young. I don't know, middle, you could be the youngest. It's either you or Marty could be the youngest on our channel. I don't know. I really don't know. Not everybody gives me their age, so I don't know. I'm assuming we're all over 18 because you have to be over 18 to be here on our live and watching our channel. You kind of have to be over 18. Sorry. Quite a few years ago when I first started, I was working in a school at the time, and it leaked that I had this channel, and I don't tell anybody. I didn't tell anyone at the school, and somebody else told a year 6 class, and everybody tried to befriend me. All those grade 6s tried to, and I couldn't let them, and I didn't respond to their messages. I just said I'm going to let them, and they'll just think I'm rude, but I don't want to respond to that. I don't want party to that because you have to be over 18 to watch me. And that's as simple as that. I win for the oldest. Do you? Elaine. I don't know. There was one lady. She was 90 something. Remember that lady? I haven't seen her for a while. I hope she's okay. She was 91 or 92 or something a few months ago. Anyway, yes, she had a birthday a few months ago. You could be older than, no, you could be younger than Marty. I really don't know how old Marty is. 74, Sherry. Oh, wow. That does not make you the oldest. Like I said, there was this one lady. She was watching us. She was 91. I remember her. She'd come on and she'd tell us her age. And I'm thinking, how cool are you to be able to use the internet at your age, especially at that age, because the internet was not popular it wasn't really a thing for that age. And even for anyone over 60, you know, I commend you for using the internet because it wasn't a thing. And a lot of people say that over the 60s don't use the internet. I remember my dad when he first tried to, my late father, when he first tried to use the internet, it was like, what's that? What's that? With his phone. It was hilarious. She beats you, yes. 70 years young here. But you know what, Margaret, I got to tell you, I know Margaret on the outside. I met her on a cruise. And I'm going to tell you, I know it was before the cruise even. It was at Unwind Craft Cafe. And I'm going to tell you, you do not look 70. So heads up there, Margaret. You wish you were 18. All I know now, well, this is true. If I knew then what I know now, life would be that little tiny bit different. I don't know whether it would have made, I think it would have made a massive difference, but I don't know whether I would have, I don't know, used what I know now. Because think about when you're young, you think, oh, you don't think about what's going to happen when you're 50. That's too long away. When you're 70 or when you're 8, yeah, it's too long away. You don't think about those things, yeah? When you start hitting those ages, you think, well, why didn't I do that when I was 18? Why didn't I do that when I was 25? Why didn't I do that when I was 30? So you start to think it's too late then. They don't think when you're young. You just have a good time. Well, I did. I did anyway. I amaze people using a smartphone. You certainly do. You certainly do. A certain age, anything over 60, anyone over 60, I commend you, really do. You're kidding, right? I have a full-time job sitting at a computer. Seriously, Elaine, that's fantastic. A lot of people over 60 just won't use it. A lot of people don't. They don't want to. But now everything has to be, you have to use a computer for almost everything now. I know a lady who still pays her bills at the post office. She won't go paying her bill on the phone. She won't pay online. She pays at the post office. I don't pay online, but I pay by phone. So there you go. My mum didn't learn to use the computer until she was in her 60s. And Facebook she only started using in the last year or two, and she's 73. We're kind of lucky that we have that this now, and we're still young enough to understand it, because as we get older and we're on our own a lot, we'll know we can just talk to people online. But a lot of the elderly now, the 80-year-olds and the 90-year-olds who are not using it, they're on their own all the time. Oh, Tiffany, you're going. We'll catch you soon, yeah, hun. Don't forget tonight's video vlog will be about our vest coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And cell phone was probably 3 years ago for her, yes. By everyone saying goodbye to Tiffany, and welcome again, Tiffany, for being here. Lovely to have you here for the first time. It's great. I still go to the post office. There you go. Auntie T still goes to the post office, so there you go. No way. What is a post office? Oh, you're funny. Postal, where you post, where you mail all your post. Where you mail all your post. All right, so guys, keep your eyes peeled tonight or very early in the morning, just in case I don't get the tutorial up. I mean, not the tutorial, the video up tonight. The video vlog is just explaining the vest. It's explaining what you will be looking at when you start making the vest, and how simple it's going to be for you. Not for me. How simple it's going to be for you, where all you have to do is just make sure your count across the row is perfect. And even that, if you mess up one little stitch, you mess that stitch down there and you're all the way up here, you don't even have to take that undone. That is how basic this is. You will notice it. I noticed it. I messed up about 3 or 4 rows. I had one stitch wrong 3 or 4 rows back a couple of days ago. And I was going to leave it, and I thought, no, just do it. So I took them all undone, and I did it because you guys will be looking at that. I'm assuming you're looking at that. I don't know. I may end up doing a small one for Pipeworks, making a small one for Pipeworks, a size small. I've done one for my size. I haven't done it, haven't completed it. But I'm working on my size, but I will be making a smaller one for Pipeworks. Sticky Stitch, we have not seen you for like 100 years. I know you work so hard, honey. I know you work hard. Just want to say I love you. I'm off to a meeting. I love your work ethic and strive for perfection. I'm going to make that bag for my niece. That's fantastic, Sticky Stitch. It's so lovely to see you. Poor Sticky, she works very hard. And I really think you need a holiday, Sticky. Heads up. That's just a bit of a tip there. But it's lovely to have you here. Lovely to see you. And Sticky Stitch, keep your eyes peeled. Pipeworks is opening up, reopening up here in Thomastown. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I will have all that information in next Friday's video vlog. Always remind our generation that we invented the technology that many of us are afraid of. So there is no need to be afraid. Absolutely not, Sticky. I love Sticky Stitch. She's been around a long time, but she works so hard, so she can only come on occasionally. And I do give you credit, Sticky, for popping in. It's very nice of you to come in and say hello to us all. It's very lovely. Now, this Friday, Friday for the next 5 Fridays in a row, well, we'll say 4 now because we've done today, I will be doing the live this time for the next 4 Fridays, okay? So keep your eyes peeled for the next 4 Fridays. I will be scheduling those lives. So you will get a notification of the scheduled live. In that notification, that's the live you click on. That's the one you join around 10 o'clock on that day. I did start it a couple of minutes late this morning. But that's the one you need to join, okay? And the best part is you'll get that notification earlier, giving you plenty of time to join that live. So there you go. All right, so that's that. We're going to do the vest. Well, no, we're not going to do the vest. We're going to talk about the vest on tonight's video vlog. Now, is there any questions you need to ask me about the wreath or about the bag or about anything before we head off? Yeah, I'm still here. You know, if you want to stick around, I'm happy to stick around. Have a good week. Looking forward to the vest. Yes. Now, the vest, I will have all the information in today's video vlog. However, we're not starting it next week. We won't start it till the week later. And the reason is because I'm not prepared. I got to get prepared, yeah? So we're going to hold off for a week. Give me a chance to get prepared. Whether I decide to make it in a small for the market, which is probably what I will do. I don't know. what yarns for the vest. Well, you'll have all that information in tonight's video, honey. So just go and watch tonight's video when it goes up. You can watch it tonight. You can watch it tomorrow morning, next week. It doesn't matter because we're not starting for a whole week afterwards anyways. So there you go. Stick around, Ms. Mary. Oh, Sherry, I would love to. I'd love to stick around. I do need to still work on the vest this afternoon so that I've got all that information ready for you. Now, as you know, we are using Passion Flowers yarn for the vest, which is very exciting. And you guys chose it. I got you to pick all the yarn from here. I spent a long time telling you about all the yarn, and not one person chose any one of those yarns. They all chose Roz's yarn, which was good because I wanted to use Roz's yarn. I forgot that I had that yarn in my stash. I literally forgot. Now, I knew I had it, but I forgot that I could use it. I didn't think of using it for a vest. I actually was going to order with her, which I'm still going to purchase because she put, she's gone ahead and done the dye, for brown to match that vest, so that I was going to make a cardigan to match that yarn, right? And use a brown cardigan with those colors like in between, with rose and stuff in between. That's what I was going to do for autumn this year. But it just didn't happen. I got sick. It didn't happen. It was going to be for me, just for me to have a cardigan. And it happens, and these things go wrong. And then when I found the yarn, I thought, you know what, instead of doing it, we could just use it for the vest, and I can order another color, or use the cream with the brown, or use whatever I've got in my stash, because she uses superwash wool for her yarn dye. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm definitely purchasing the brown. So you're going to see the brown anyway. You're going to see the brown. All right. So that's that. We've talked about the bag. We've talked about the market. We've talked about the vest. Tonight's video will be all the information you will need for your vest, including whether you're going to purchase buttons, if you want buttons, and how many to purchase, including the yarn amounts, including the hook I'm using. I won't have the swatch available for you, or the gauge available for you tonight, but it will be available today week. And then you guys can have a bit of a play. I'll include it in, if I have time to include it in next week's video vlog, I will. Otherwise, it'll be its whole own video. Spotlight is having 40% off till the 25th of June for any Australians interested, or any Aussies interested. I know I've been having a look at the yarn that they've got on sale. It's not all the yarn, it's only some of them, and it's not the yarn I would use. So I'm not purchasing any. In next week's video vlog, I'll show you a couple of items that I purchased recently online, which I don't usually do, but it's because no one here has them. So we'll talk about that next week. That'll be a part of the video vlog. Next week's video vlog will be based around Pipeworks and the tubs that I have ready for Pipeworks. So I'll probably open up one of my tubs and flash some of the gear in the tub, and how I've labeled them and how I've priced them. It has taken me a long time to price everything. And you'll notice that even on some of the price tags, I've already discounted some stuff. So I put the original price on there, put a red line through it, and then changed it down beneath, made it cheaper for that product. And those are the items that I definitely want sold. So I don't want them coming home. So if you come to the market and you see that product and you want it, it's already discounted. Now, if you say that you are from YouTube and you watch me on YouTube and you are a follower here or a subscriber here on YouTube, you get a further 10% discount off anything you see on the table if you are at the market. How cool is that? After the market is done, we might have a chat and see if there's any leftover stock. If anyone's interested, we'll have a chat and see what we can do. Yeah. All right. Maybe after the market is done, I can do up a bag and pop a few little things in there and say, right, this price is this. If anybody wants it, maybe I can do that. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. Just depends on how much goes at the market. I know lots of yarn will go at the market, but the yarn I'm selling obviously is the relatively cheaper yarn, more acrylic-y, yarn that I would not use anymore, that I've used in the past and thought, right, I'm done with that. I don't want to use that anymore, or it's too this, or it's too yellow, or it's too pink, or it's too grey, or it's too whatever the case may be that I will never use, it's going. And I know I'll never use it because I have some yarn in stock for way too long and I don't want to keep it anymore. It's got to go. So you will see some yarn on the table, not a lot of yarn, but you will see some yarn on the table. And every week I will be adding new yarn, not new yarn, but yarn that I've got here in my stash that still has labels on. And like some of these packs, they're all the same dye line, which is great. So if you are into acrylic and using a lot of acrylic and you want to purchase that yarn on special, that's the day to come up. The Saturday, the Sunday, every weekend for the next 4 weekends. Not tomorrow, not this week, next week. Don't go this week because they're not open. The first opening day is the 17th of June. Period. They've not been open for 10, 12 years. This is the first time they're reopening. So that's very, very exciting for that. All right. And Angela's saying good night. Good night, Angela. We will see you very soon. Now, remember, guys, I still have the live on tomorrow morning as normal. So that live will go ahead. After tomorrow's live, there will no longer be a Saturday live for the next 4 weeks after that. All right. But I'll keep reminding you. I'll keep posting notifications in my community, my little community board or community posts that you see. And it'll give you an opportunity to say, okay, I forgot. That's okay. Well, I'll watch her on Wednesday or I'll watch her on Friday. Every Friday and every Wednesday will be the norm for a little while. I'm glad I caught you this one. I can't do tomorrow. I know. But as of next Friday, we'll go back to doing yarn antics again. We're not doing yarn antics for this week because I'm doing the Easter egg in Easter colors, bright whites, pinks, purples, Easter colors, So whatever I've got in my stash, the Easter egg won't be that big, so you'll need very minimal. You might be like a gram each, maybe less. You'll be here. That's lovely, Sherry. That's lovely. So yeah, you will get the Easter egg with just the Easter colors. So don't worry about doing yarn antics for it. Only because I don't know what I've got in my stash. I have to just go through a few tubs and find some loose ends here and there. And you can use anything. You can use the wool, the acrylic, or the cotton. Whatever you have in your stock. Someone says pink. Sherry's saying pink. If I've got pink lying around, I'll use that. Yeah. Maybe I'll use these colours here just to get rid of them. There's some stuff. I won't use that pink because that's my good stuff. I use that for clothing. So it goes to show, that's what I say. I can use this because that's the cheaper, more acrylic yarn. Lilac says middle. You know what? I'm going to write these down in case I see something in my stash with these colours. Yeah. But I won't be saying a live antics. I'll say these are some colours that I have in my stash. Pick whatever colours you like, whatever you think works well with the pattern that I do for you. And then that's what you use. All right, I think I'm done, guys. I'll be seeing you again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. anyways, and again at 4 p.m. Wednesday next week. So it's a lot of lives at the moment. And then we'll go through normal lives as Wednesday and Friday for the 4 weeks coming. Just for those 4 weeks. After the 4 weeks, we'll talk about what's happening after that. All right. Thank you very much for watching us, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all the wonderful things that you guys always do for me. And to our lovely newbies, thank you for joining us today. To our regulars, thank you for joining us. To our oldies, thank you for joining us. To everyone out there that has joined us today for the first time, I thank you very much. I will see everyone tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. Of course, this is always Melbourne, Australia time. Marry it up with your country. Catch you soon. Try to be good, yeah? Try to be good. I say that all the time. Bye. Ciao, everyone.